From Opium to Occupation, China's Century of Humiliation, 1839 to 1949. By Aslan Adnan, M.A. Introduction. The term Century of Humiliation, Bainan Guochi, is a defining concept in modern Chinese history and political consciousness. It refers to the period between 1839 and 1949 when China, once the dominant power of East Asia, was repeatedly defeated, divided, and subjected to foreign influence and occupation. These traumatic events reshaped China's identity, fostered deep nationalist sentiment, and continue to influence its domestic and foreign policy outlook. 1. The Opium Wars and the collapse of the Qing World Order, 1839 to 1860. The First Opium War, 1839 to 1842, marked the beginning of China's subjugation. Sparked by British efforts to legalize opium trade, the war resulted in the Treaty of Nanking, which forced the Qing dynasty to cede Hong Kong and open key ports to foreign merchants. This defeat shattered the Qing's self-image as the Middle Kingdom and marked the start of what the Chinese later termed the Unequal Treaties era. The Second Opium War, 1856 to 1860, further humiliated China as British and French troops marched into Beijing and looted and burned the Old Summer Palace, an enduring symbol of imperial violation. 2. Internal strife and foreign spheres of influence, 1850s to 1890s. While foreign powers carved out spheres of influence, internal chaos erupted. The Taiping Rebellion, 1850 to 1864, a quasi-Christian uprising led by Hong Xiuquan, devastated the country and cost over 20 million lives. The Qing dynasty, weakened by both rebellion and foreign pressure, was unable to halt further encroachments. China's defeat in the Sino-French War, 1884 to 1885, over Vietnam, and the far more consequential Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895, over Korea, further underscored its declining military and diplomatic power. The 1895 Treaty of Shimonoseki not only ceded Taiwan to Japan, but marked the emergence of Japan as a new imperial power in East Asia. 3. The Boxer Rebellion and Imperial Retaliation, 1899 to 1901. Anti-foreign sentiment exploded in the Boxer Rebellion, a popular movement aimed at expelling foreign influence. Though initially supported by the Qing court, the movement was crushed by an 8-nation alliance. The Boxer Protocol of 1901 imposed severe indemnities and allowed foreign troops to be stationed in Beijing, further exacerbating China's loss of sovereignty. 4. The Republican Era and Western Betrayal, 1911 to 1937. The 1911 Xinhai Revolution brought an end to 2,000 years of imperial rule, replacing it with the Republic of China under Sun Yat-sen. But national weakness persisted, with the country fragmenting under warlords and foreign powers continuing to interfere. The Treaty of Versailles, 1919, which transferred German-held territories in China to Japan rather than returning them to Chinese control, provoked the May 4th movement, a nationalist and cultural awakening that marked a turning point in modern Chinese consciousness. Chest 5. Japanese Imperialism and the Sino-Japanese War, 1931 to 1945. Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and the establishment of the puppet state Manchukuo marked a new stage in China's humiliation. This culminated in the full-scale invasion of China in 1937, beginning with the Marco Polo Bridge incident. The atrocities of the Nanjing Massacre, where Japanese troops committed large-scale killings and rapes, traumatized the nation and deepened the sense of victimization. Although China emerged technically victorious in 1945, it was politically fractured and physically devastated. The Chinese Civil War resumed between the nationalists, Kuomintang, and the communists, leading to another transformation. 6. The founding of the People's Republic and the end of humiliation, 1949. In 1949, the Chinese Communist Party under Mao Zedong declared the founding of the People's Republic of China. In the official state narrative, this was not just a political victory. It symbolized the end of the century of humiliation. The new government promised to restore national sovereignty, dignity, and power. Legacy and educational relevance. The century of humiliation remains central to the Chinese national curriculum, patriotic education, and foreign policy doctrine. It is invoked when discussing Taiwan, Hong Kong, territorial disputes in the South China Sea, or historical grievances with Japan. For students of international history, this period is crucial to understanding China's modern worldview and its enduring emphasis on sovereignty, unity, and the rejection of foreign interference. Suggested discussion questions. 1. How did the Opium Wars alter China's relationship with the West? 2. In what ways did the concept of unequal treaties shape Chinese nationalism? 3. How does the legacy of the Century of Humiliation influence China's foreign policy today? References: Fairbank, John King, China, A New History, Harvard University Press, 1992. Spence, Jonathan D., The Search for Modern China, W. Norton and Company, 1990. Mitter, Rana, China's War with Japan, 1937 to 1945, The Struggle for Survival, Penguin, 2013. Cohen, Paul A., China Unbound, Evolving Perspectives on the Chinese Past, Routledge, 2003. Callahan, William A., China, the Posoptimist Nation, Oxford University Press, 2010. Wang, Zheng, Never Forget National Humiliation, Historical Memory in Chinese Politics and Foreign Relations, Columbia University Press, 2012. Lovell, Julia, The Opium War, Drugs, Dreams, and the Making of China, Picador, 2011. A Heartfelt Light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly, clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.